President William Ruto is preparing for a high-stakes visit to China on the 22nd of April, a move that foreign policy experts are saying is a pivot in Kenya's global strategy.
Last year, he did a visit to Washington, D.C. It was, in fact, with lots of fanfare. It was one of the first state visits for an African leader in nearly 16 years. And when you go back to his inauguration in August, sometime in late 2022, he was seen as someone who will pursue a pro-West agenda, which meant that relations with China will be left to the bare minimum.
But economic pressures and shifting geopolitics is now pushing Kenya to seek a more pragmatic partnership with Beijing.
So this visit is more than just a visit, because it has ramifications in terms of Kenya's new geopolitical alignment. And this alignment, of course, arises out of the America First policy. I think Kenya can no longer really count on the US, so it's taking a realistic approach of going where resources are likely to be found.
Now, top of the agenda, debt.
I think the average Kenyan should remember that out of every 100 shillings that Kenya raises in tax revenue, 68 goes to debt service. Now, China is our largest creditor. We should take this visit very seriously, especially because of that aspect. Could we be in talks around how to manage our debt? Remember, the government has been very aggressive on what it calls liability management. Could China give us some breathing space? We'll wait to see.
With development funds almost exhausted, debt renegotiation is not only strategic, but essential.
A couple of things come to mind. One is that Kenya's program with the IMF has collapsed, and therefore there is a funding shortage created by the collapsed program. We were expecting about $750 million from the fund. It's now not coming. There's a hole in this current year's budget, so it needs to be filled.
Observers say domestic politics is also at play here. With the elections coming up in 2027, President William Ruto is under pressure to prove that he has delivered in infrastructure and development.
Now he'll be compared to his predecessors, Uhuru Kenyatta and Mwai Kibaki. Mwai Kibaki did the Thika Highway amongst other many projects. President Uhuru Kenyatta initiated the SGR and ensured its extension into Naivasha, Phase 2, and did the expressway from the airport to just about Westlands in the city center. So if Ruto is compared and given a report card today, I think he will struggle to point at any tangible, physical infrastructure